a weird thing happened. Do you guys know who Jordan Burroughs is? Okay. The fact that all of you just know I don't know who Jordan Burroughs is actually relevant to my story. So Jordan Burroughs is a very, very special athlete. In fact, I have him as the second best athlete alive right now. Are you ready for that? I have him as the second best athlete only behind Simone Biles. Very specially talented guy. 5-time world and Olympic champion. He's a wrestler. He's currently a freestyle wrestler. He was a collegiate wrestler for the Nebraska Cornhuskers back in his collegiate days. Really, really talented guy. He came out and he went on Ariel's show. And he came out and he said that he wanted to do MMA. And he went even further to say, I don't care about the money. I don't care about the fame. I just want to try it one time. I want to throw my hands and see what I'm made of. This is a quote. Okay, great. So we have a distribution deal with Fight Pass. I publicly offered him $50,000 and a one-time fight on Fight Pass. Now, that was largely meant to just be nice. I happen to like wrestling. I happen to donate and give a lot of money to wrestling, to various universities and clubs and programs every single year. That's my business. But that's also what that $50,000 would represent. There would not be a return on that money. Jordan Burroughs is not near worth that money. He responds publicly, I have been paid more to that to wrestle at a zero and call me. Now, there's a lot of problems there. And I'm not looking for heat with Jordan. I was a fan when this whole thing started, which is why he got the offer. I will be a fan when this whole thing ends. But to act as though I am not disappointed in the stupidity that he showed in many ways. First off, Jordan Burroughs does not have a lot of guys that are going to offer him 50 grand. So if he meets one of those guys, you do not then respond to him in that way publicly to start out with. Bad form. Secondly, he really showed his hand for his intellect. Let's look back at his words again. I have been paid more than that to wrestle. First off, that's a lie. So Jordan just lied. Now, Jordan has won the Olympic Games, which came with a $250,000 bonus through something called Living the Dream Medal Fund. How do I know about that? Well, I happen to be one of the people that donates to that fund. What's the relevance? The relevance is when I give to that fund, and many other great people too. I'm just personalizing this, letting you guys know I know all about it. When I give to that fund, I do not expect a return on my investment. Why? Because I didn't make an investment. It was charity. I gave it away. I know there is no way to recoup that. I just happen to like the sport, and I like to provide opportunity for guys who stick around and do well in the sport. So Jordan is coming out on one hand, acting as though I am Joe Businessman. My level of evidence isn't that I can bring in more than the amount I'm asking for. My level of evidence that I am worth it is that I have made it before. Well, excuse me, Jordan, you haven't made anything. You did not partner with anybody. You did not take a risk, and nobody made an investment on you. Many people, myself one included, gave you charity. That's the cold, hard reality. We donated and gave it to you. And secondly, $250,000 spread, one-time event over 4 years where you had to take on 5 guys. I'm really not sure that that was an honest and truthful answer to say that you have been paid more when you have to look at how many days and how many matches went into it, but fair enough. He was paid $50,000 1 year ago to wrestle and beat the streets. I know that because Novogratz paid it to him. I know he brought back $10,000, which means he was a $40,000 loser. Jordan is worth a percentage of whatever he can bring in. Based on Beat the Streets, which is one of the largest and most successful wrestling events of the year, and he happens to be a wrestler, we have to operate in the confines of the numbers that he has produced, which is $10,000. The promoter gets a piece. The promoter always gets a piece. You're partners. So we don't know what Jordan's worth. We just know it's less than $10,000. So when he comes out talking about, first off, he'd made more. No, he hasn't. You have been given more. The reality. I'm very happy for you, Jordan, when you say, I've seen this, but you are a charity kid. It's charity. In fairness, it's charity. And don't tell me it's not. I helped to fund that thing. Secondly, when you play in this game, in this sport, and Jordan does deserve a bit of a pass here because he is not part of MMA. He is not licensed. He's not coming over MMA. He made a mistake. He went out and had a little bit of fun in the media. But when I got brought into it, now I'm going to respond to it. What he doesn't understand is in this space, within our culture, if you say I want to fight and then you tuck for any reason, and Jordan Burroughs happened to do it in record time. I mean, I've seen guys chicken out all the time. We got fake tough guys around us everywhere, around every corner. Never seen anybody tuck and run in less than an hour. I mean, for the guy that I view as the second best athlete alive, one of the best wrestlers to ever live, one, to not be an intelligent guy at all, to think that was good for him to come out and publicly speak to one of the few people that he'll ever meet in the existence of his time on this earth that's willing to give him 50 dimes for something that he said he wants to do. And secondly, to think that he's worth it or that he's made that in wrestling, that was charity. That was kindness. And you did not make it. There's a difference in making it and being given it. And Jordan, by the way, just to tie this in at the end, don't take offense to any of that. That was me giving you yet another handout. This time it was trying to smarten you up a little bit because you're not going to be on that mat in a singlet forever trying to wrestle the other guy to the ground. Let's wrestle. All the way to the ground. I'll be red and you be green. Let's wrestle. Oh, and let's hope that somebody will pitch in a few bucks here. Because I know we're not on television, and I know every arena I've ever wrestled in not called the NCAA has not been full, including the Olympic Games and the World Championship. I guess I'm really not all that big of a draw. But I sure am good at it. Now, will somebody pay me? Yeah, you got it, Jordan. Some of us will look out for you, whether you've earned it or not.